Hey, hey, coaches, how are you this Tuesday morning? I hope you're doing well. I'm just checking to make sure that I am live on Facebook. So give me a second. Yes, there I am. How are you guys this morning? If you have any questions, you can post them in the comments. I'm going to try to see them. Last time I couldn't actually see them from my phone, but we'll try it again. So I hope you have been enjoying the new little format I have here. We've gone through a couple of different things that you guys have requested. The more you request, the more I can help you. So we've done over the last 2 weeks, we've done a one-time grocery shopping trip and a meal suggestion plan. And so that was a $500 one-time fee that you could charge somebody. Last week, we went over the grocery store tour and just showing you how you can do this grocery store tour and how it will just, it can really impact you, your business, and clients, right? Because they love it. They learn so much from your knowledge that you give them when you do take them on a grocery store tour. It's a fabulous way to start. So I hope you guys are thinking about that. Today, we were going to talk about how I use the circle of life. And this is a playful tool. Uh-oh, I think I just froze. Yeah, there I am. I'm back. This is such a powerful tool, and I have to apologize. I need to get my pictures up here. I've just been so busy doing content and all that stuff. So I'll hopefully work on that when I get back from my trip. I do go to Connecticut on Thursday. Yeah, I get to see my new grandbaby. Well, hopefully, because he's actually a preemie in the hospital and they may not let me in. So we'll hope to do that. If not, I have to go back, which is not a problem either. So I'm going to share my screen, and that's why I'm on Zoom so that I could share my screen with you. So this is a powerful tool that you should be doing. And you can take this form, which I did, as you can see right here. You can't see the bottom of it, but I did change a little bit of the bottom of it. I actually made up my own little thing down here. And then I also changed I put my name, and I just on the bottom just kept, the integrative, Institute for Integrative Nutrition down there, and I just put adapted from them. So you can do that as long as you're keeping their name on there, and I just made it more personable to me. So this was my client in a 6-month program, okay? November of 2013 was when he came to me. Here was January of 2014, and he finished in April of 2014. So I did 3 of them, and it was perfect. So here was his first one, guys, right? Social life. So this gentleman, just so you get a little background, was very involved in the Lions Club, still is. And he was high up in that Lions Club. They literally went out to eat 4 or 5 times a week. Because they were always having events. So, you're eating out all the time. You're just eating what they put in front of you. There's always desserts. There's always drinks, everything. So when he met me, and I met this gentleman at a health fair. So never discount that. This health fair was for, I believe, the Chamber of Commerce. And I paid for the event, but I wasn't a member of the Chamber of Commerce. So just know that you can do so many different things. All you have to do is ask, right? So I had him fill this out, and his relationship, he had a girlfriend that they've been living together for quite some time, was way down here. His home environment was way down here. Very, very rarely did cooking at home. His physical activity, he used to do some and was running and would go to the gym, because I also knew him from the gym. And he was really low. His health was okay, but he wasn't feeling happy and healthy. And that's what he said. This is the guy that said to me, I want to learn how to eat. when I heard that, my ears just went like, oh my God, he wants to learn how to eat. So that was right there, told me that I was going to have a very successful client, and, he was going to be a great client. I just knew that right off the bat. So always listen to what people are saying to you. And by the way, he did give me permission to use this. So yeah, his education, he's a financial advisor. His career is good. His finance is good. His creativity, his spirituality and joy were two things that he, definitely, he didn't really know what to do with them. And then he didn't even know what to do with creativity, right? But we know that as you get healthy, your creativity actually sparks up a lot more. So once I have them fill this out, I ask them to pick 2 areas that they really want to focus on, because and here's the problem, we all want to focus on all of it, right? And that's just something that does not have a successful outcome. If you think about it, if you have laundry to do and you have cooking to do and you have all these things that you want to get done, and you try to do a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, it doesn't really happen, right? It doesn't get going. If you concentrated on just one thing at a time and put your effort into that, then that's going to be one thing done. And usually you can find that once it's done, it stays done, and then other things stay done, and other things don't seem as bad. So always have them. He wanted to work on his relationships and his home environment, which, as you can see, these 2 were the worst. So as we went through our program, I had him do this on the midterm, right? And this is how it looked. What a difference, right? What a difference. It was amazing how much it had shown a difference. Now, I don't know if you're sitting there listening to me and seeing this and thinking the same way he was. Like, he came to me and he's like, oh my God, it's gotten so much worse. It's worse. He felt it was worse because his finances were down, his creativity went way down, his career went down, his education, he felt, went down. Look at all this. His health went down, physical activity went up a little bit. But look at his home environment. Look at his relationship. Those have gone up, right? This has gone up. And look at his social life. He was spending so much time at the Lions Club and not with his home and his relationships. And that's why it was suffering. And that had even gone down a little bit. So when he came to me and he said that, I'm like, well, let's think about this and let's go over this. Let's talk about it. And we talked about the differences here and how this had changed and gone up. And he was not spending all of his time away from home and, wanting to be away from home. He was spending more time at home. And he realized that even though his girlfriend wasn't on the journey with him, he asked her to, but she was helping him prepare the food and making sure he had the food, handy, and, maybe just kind of eating some of it, but not all of it. And, just really helping him out. So he realized that he wasn't offering her as much appreciation as he should have been. And had he shifted, and as he started to do that, it got better. Okay, he got better. He became happier. It wasn't her, it was him. And he realized that. And sometimes that's what we have to get our clients to realize. It's not always the people around us. It's how we feel about the people around us, how we're feeling about ourselves. And so this was, I thought, great, because everything was starting, even though it all came down, it was starting to fill up, right? And that's how you explain it to them. And it was becoming more balanced. It wasn't way off balance here, okay? He was spending all his time over here and not paying attention to the rest of his life. And then we get to this one over here, and look at that. Look at the difference on all 3 of those. Here's the first one: relationship, home environment, joy, spirituality, creativity, all down, right? Here, all of it's down, but it's all more balanced. And it's really showing him that life can be great as long as he keeps working on him and not trying to fix everybody else. And as he did this, it was amazing when I explained this middle one to him, just the aha moment that he got that motivated him to go further. That's the key, guys. That's the key. He initially thought, this is worse. I'm going backwards. And until I explained to him what I saw, and that's what you do with your clients. You show them the good of this all going down and this all coming up. And when he got that aha moment, and when your clients do, they're going to be motivated to keep going on the track. And that's why I love this circle of life. It was just, so poignant to be able to share this. And I've shared this and done this with all of my clients, and they've all had some results in this and all could see that difference. And so this is really key here. So as he fixed his relationship and home environment, everything else started to balance out. Okay. And here, look at this. Look at the joy that he has. Look at his joy, how much it changed, right? His social life is now more balanced. His relationship with his partner and even family members are more balanced, and he's happy, and his home environment has more happiness in it. Look at the home cooking. He went from little home cooking to a lot of home cooking because he sees the value in the home cooking. He sees the value of that. And that was something that him and his partner could do together, even though she wasn't on the same journey as him. So there's a lot more appreciation, a lot more gratitude with that. And that's what we have to show our clients when we show them this, right? And then his physical activity, because one of my sessions with him, actually it might have been more than one, because sometimes I'll do multiple, was to take him. He did like a lot of running, but he didn't do a lot of weightlifting. I always take my clients, if it was feasible and we were, in the same town or same area and we were working live, to the gym. And they would come to, my gym usually, and I would just bring them in as a member and, a guest, and I would show them how to work out on weights, because it's important for them to work out on weights. And a lot of people are very uncomfortable with that. And I also showed them, I used to always do the HIIT cardio training. So, we did that, and I would show them that they would have to spend less time on cardio machines and get a better result with the HIIT training. So they loved it because, 25 minutes on the machines instead of an hour was way more of what they would like to do. His health really got tremendously better. I don't know if I have that on the bottom. Oh no, I'll have to. His lung capacity, he had asthma really, really bad. And I actually used doTERRA essential oils. So I showed him how to he was taking an inhaler, and the year before he was in the hospital 4 times with his asthma being so bad. Let's see, he was on the inhaler. So I had him use the breathe oil at night instead of his inhaler. And I said, just keep your inhaler by the bed. If you need it, wake up and use it. But if you don't, then don't. So he got a diffuser, and he did some other things that I told him to do. And he found that the essential oil worked so much better. He was able to get off of his inhaler at night. And a lot of times that's anxiety driven. So that was really good for him. And his lung capacity went from 70% the year before to almost 100%. He was coming off of all of his cholesterol medications, and he was just living the best life. And he started running 5Ks. I see him online even today, and he's still running. I think he's up to 10Ks, or even maybe I think he recently did a full marathon. He's still in great shape. He's living his best life. because of our 6-month program, guys. So this is so important. You have what it takes to help people transform their lives. And this is one way to show them actually in that 6 months that it's actually happening, right? He still was never sure about, oh, what do I do with creativity? Like, he's a guy, right? He doesn't, do all the stuff that we might do, but, he was still looking at that, but it's look at all of the other things. He got way more into his spirituality, whatever that was for him, and it's different for everybody. And look at his finances. They actually were so high, went down so low, but then went high. And what he explained to me was that he wasn't so totally focused on, pushing. He loved more the roundedness, the balance in his life. So it wasn't all that he has plenty of money. He doesn't have to worry about it anyway. So I think he was relieved to just kind of finally say, you know what, my whole life being balanced is so much better for me than me just, spending all my time at the office and trying to make a buck. So that's really what this is. And this is how you can use the circle of life to really, really enhance your business. And it's a great thing for you all to do. So I'm going to stop screen sharing. I hope that helps you. These are the kind of results that you can get. And especially because if you show your clients that halfway mark and have them do the circle of life, this is a visualization. I'm trying to think of the word that I want to use. I'm going to use proof. This is proof that even though sometimes they don't see the weight come off that fast. Sometimes they don't see the body start to take shape that fast. Sometimes, things aren't working as fast as people want, right? The muscles aren't coming up. If they see this shows them that it's working. And sometimes they're not grateful. And I don't mean that in a bad way. They're just not grateful because they don't see it. But when they see this, they become very grateful for what you're doing, for what they're learning, for what they're carrying over, for what they're sharing, for what's happening in their life, what's happening in their emotions, what's happening mentally for them. And they start to see that. And this is part of your coaching. This right here, it's part of your coaching to help them see what they're not seeing. Because we need that too, right? There's plenty of times I don't see the greatness that's happening right in front of me. And I have to check in with myself. And there's times where I have people, bring it up to me. And I'm all for that. So we as coaches, this part of our job is to actually share with them what we see happening. But when we actually can show them proof through the circle of life by doing it the 3 times and showing them that halfway mark, that's when they start saying, oh my God, it's happening. And they start realizing and being grateful and thankful for their shift. And again, they sometimes don't always see it. So point it out to them, show them, let them know that it is happening and that it does take time, but let them focus on 1 or 2 areas. Don't let them do that. Because I tell you, in the beginning, this was so important for me. When I did my circle of life, I was sitting inside, and I can even see the moment. I was in New York at the conference that they were having, and they had us do it right there. And I did it. And I remember going home and, looking at it when I got home and thinking, oh, Lisa, you so lied. Spirituality was my big thing. It was so low, but we want to put what we think at first. And so I redid mine. And that's when the whole spiritual thing for me came into play. And I started really just asking for help in that area, asking, God to just I don't know, bring me what I needed because I had no idea. And I've been on this journey for years now since then. And it's just been incredible. So have them work on one or two areas. Don't let them, try to work on everything. Tell them right up front, you guys are going to focus on the two most important parts. And if you think, I don't know how to help him with his home life and his relationship, when you're coaching him, right, you're going to give him some of the handouts that IIN gives you, right, on the emotions and relationships and home life and all that. You give him some, you'll work through some of those. But as you're working through the other things, you're going to keep always talking and asking about that home life and asking about the relationships and asking what he's doing. And so you don't have to be somebody in that area. You want to know what's most important to him. Right. And so as you're taking him through this journey of cooking more at home and he's, getting his girlfriend involved and whatever, it's all going to change. But you just want them focused on 1 to 2 areas, because if they're trying to focus on the weight loss and they're not even really like focusing on that. They're focusing on what you're doing and telling them to do and engaging them to do and teaching them how to shift, and everything else comes into play. We got to take the worry off of them. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. Please comment below if this was helpful, if you found it, worthwhile me doing. Let me know what else that you would like to learn about. And I will keep bringing that to you, but I need to know what you want to know and what you're curious about, and no question is stupid or crazy, because if anybody's done all kinds of crazy stuff, it's me, because I just do, and I don't care what people think, and I'm always trying to get some new idea of how to engage people. So I have lots of stuff here to offer you guys. I just need to know what you kind of want to learn about in this group, and I would love your feedback. I would love for you to comment. I would love for you to share some of your experiences, even if you're not coaching. Share experiences of when you have a conversation with somebody. Ask, oh my God, I had this conversation with this person, but I didn't know where to go with it. Where would you go? Let us help you out in here, right? Oh, I went to the doctors and I kind of told them I was a health coach, kind of, right? And ask, what should I do next time? Let's talk about it and see what you can do next time when you go to the doctor, the chiropractor, and how you can maybe engage in some conversation. I want to know what thoughts you have, what ideas, and let's work on them. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know and comment below, and talk to you soon. Hope you have a good Tuesday, and I'll see you next week. I'll try to post maybe something in here during the week and keep it going, but I will be traveling on Thursday. Can't wait. And I'm all excited about that. So have a great day, guys, and see you soon. Bye for now.